It is time for the live stream Q&A session. Yeah, my cat's meowing below me. Okay, link to the live Q&A. I send it out to the internets. Patrons only. Okay. Publish. There. All right. We have a live stream started for the internet. Now to wait until people join. Well, I'm feeling very spooky today. I'm also feeling very excited. Terrell, what's up? Can you hear me okay? Let me know if my audio is good. Paolo. Hi, Paolo. Hello from London. Hello from San Francisco. Attila, what's up? Jimbo, what's up? Jano, Gregory. Wow, there's so many of you. Oh my gosh. Robert, Ron, Joe James Cat. Wow. John. Hi, everybody. Wow, there's so many people joining. This is crazy. That's awesome. I'm so happy that you can hear me fine. Franco, Jurgen, hi. Hello, welcome. So nice to see y'all. Jano, hi, Jano. Oh, wow. It's so awesome to see so many people joining today. Okay, Robert, thank you. I'll check for it. Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, I saw it, Robert. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I did see that you DM me, so I will check it. Excuse me. If my voice sounds a little weird or I'm sniffly, it's because I'm not quite over that sinus affection that I think I picked up on the plane on the ride home from the convention over the weekend. So I still don't sound that great, but I'm feeling a lot better. So I don't have a headache anymore, and I'm not feeling like super low energy. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. Good. Okay, it looks like everybody can hear me just fine. That's wonderful. So, hello everybody. Welcome to my ThreatWire Patreon Q&A session. Feel free to ask me any questions in the chat room. I will be more than happy to answer those. I'll be on here for about an hour, so until about noon when I will leave and go get some food. So yeah, feel free to jump in. I love answering y'all's questions, and we always have a really good time. I have quite a few different things to show you today, so I'm pretty excited to have everybody joining. It's a great day to join, let me tell you. I have a lot of good news too, so it's a good month. It has been a really positive month, which I'm very happy about. Who else has jumped in? MidPro 3030, hello from Central Cali. Oh, nice. Okay, you must be just a few hours away from me, probably. RC Lopez, hello. Nice to meet you. Drew. Let's see, Brian and Jason. Oh, yes, Joe James Cat. My friends from Modern Rogue, Brian Brushwood and Jason, got to 1 million subs on YouTube yesterday. And that is crazy, insane. So, also, my own little, like, selfish perk right here. That means that I've been on 2 different channels that have over 100 million subscribers on them. I've been on Matt Pat's channel as an expert. He brought me in as a hacker expert to do a penetration test on YouTube. That was quite a few years ago, and it was a subscription. It was like a YouTube Red series that he did, but that was on his channel. And I've also been on Brian Brushwood's Modern Rogue, and that's now of over 1 million subs. So now I totally want to go back on the show. I already did. I was talking to them about doing a few more segments. I had to push it back though because of the convention I just did, because I gave a keynote this weekend. So I was like, hey, I really need to write this keynote. So can we push this back until I have time to, actually focus on the segments? And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. So yeah, I will most likely go back on Modern Rogue. I'm not going to talk about like what segments I have been writing for them, but hopefully I'll have some really good stuff for y'all. Oh, I did just come up with another idea. What was it? Crap, I hope I didn't forget. What was it? Shoot. I forgot. No, I thought of another segment while I was like asleep last night. Like I was dreaming about it in bed, and I didn't think to get up and write it down. I was like, oh, I'll remember it in the morning. No, I forgot. Why does this always happen? All my best segment ideas happen like when I'm asleep. Dang it. Oh well. Okay. This is a Patreon, says Franco. Yes, or Franco. This is a Patreon only live stream. So please don't tweet it out or anything because this is one of your perks. It's something that you get as a Patreon. So don't give it to folks that aren't a part of the community. Unless you want them to join the community, then I'm all about them getting the links after they join, of course, because y'all are paying for this, so you should have the access. What's your Halloween plan? Says Joe Dirt. So hi, Joe. Hello. Oh, there's so many people. Let's see. How de Oliveira. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Hello. Midpro 7 Soups. Hello. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Robert Ali Khan. Hubris and X. So many people. Okay. Let me see if I missed any questions. Let's see. Let's see. La la la. Yeah, I got really excited about Modern Rogue getting 1 million subs. That's really exciting. Tyler says, this is Tyler from Jamaica. I remember you read my letter on tech thing. Oh, yeah. You graduated college. Congratulations, Tyler. That's so awesome. Congratulations, dude. So, okay. So Joe Dirt says, what's your Halloween plans? I'm going to a costume party the weekend before Halloween at my friend's house. So that'll be fun. And then the day right after Halloween is a Friday, so I'm gonna have a Halloween party at my house that weekend. I really like having Halloween parties, so I was like, it's on a Thursday, but I'm gonna have a party on November 1st anyway, and people will dress up and they will enjoy it, even if it's November 1st. I will leave those decorations up, damn it, because that's how I like it. In fact, I would leave these Halloween decorations up like year round if I could, because Halloween's one of my favorites easily. I mean, isn't that cool? Look at this really cool bat that I got. I got that from Target. I'm glad I got it too, because I went there in like September. They had already started setting out their Halloween decorations, and I found this bat. And when I went back to Target a couple of weeks later, they were completely sold out. So I didn't see this bat anymore. So I'm really glad I got that. That's really old, this pumpkin up here. But that's one of my favorite like classic things that you just plug in and it looks awesome. I have a little black pumpkin down here and I have a little black cat with a little witchy hat and I got my little witchy hat up here. And what else do I have? Oh, and I have this computer right here. I'll have to show you that because I leave it turned off since it's motion activated. So if I'm like doing Daily Tech News Show or something, guest hosting, I don't want that thing to go off while I'm doing that show. So I just keep it off. But let me show you what this thing does. If you follow a lot of like hackers on Twitter, you've probably seen several of us posting about this, but it was $30 at Target. This is another thing that they were selling there. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put it like that so you can hopefully see what happens when you turn it on. Oh, you can see it! Yes!
I need some candy.
I need candy.
Oh, really, I love candy.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. Okay, so this thing is so dorky, but I completely love it, and I'm going to keep it forever. It's one of my favorite new like Halloween decorations. But yeah, this bat is way awesome. It's two-sided. It's like a purple LED that's in here, so it looks really good. So yeah, those are just a few of my Halloween decorations, which I'm so stoked about because they're my favorite. They're amazing. First question, do I need to be a Patreon member to ask questions? You should be. Aren't you a Patreon member? If not, how are you in here? Let's see. Oh, did I make this public? Oh, that's probably what I did. You know what? I'm just going to go with it. We're going to have a public live stream today. So y'all can see what I do every single month. Yeah, I think I made it public instead of private. I usually make it unlisted, but you know what? That's fine. I'm going to leave it public this month so everybody who's not a Patreon member knows what you can get every single month if you do become a Patreon member. Um, but this is something that I do every single month for my patrons where everybody jumps in and everybody can ask me questions and I'm able to talk to folks and get to know everybody that's a patron member. So yeah, it's really fun. And it's patreon.com/threatwire. So I will put that in the show notes. Yeah, consider this to be my Halloween October gift to everyone. What is it? ThreatWire. There you go. That's the link. Oh, it didn't actually make it a link. Let me add the hyperlink on there. There you go. There's the hyperlink in case you're interested in signing up. If you don't want to, that's fine because ThreatWire will always be free on the web. But if you do want to, I appreciate the support. It's because of Patreon. That is the reason why I'm able to do ThreatWire every month. That is the only payment that I get for that show. So I really, really, really appreciate the patrons who support the show. Okay, let's see. Is it hard to build your own PC? Says Ali Khan. Ollie, I would say it's not too hard. I would highly recommend doing some research on PC Part Picker, which is a website, pcpartpicker.com. That way you can figure out what components are compatible with what other components. If you want to start with anything, I would say start with the chipset and the graphics card and then kind of go from there because there's like hundreds of motherboards to choose from. It really just depends on like what your main criteria is for building a computer, and my main criteria always comes down to the CPU and the GPU. So as long as I can find components that are compatible with the CPU and the GPU, then I could pretty much build whatever computer I want. Motherboards, they're really inexpensive. The PSU is compatible with everything. The RAM you can get, as long as your RAM is compatible with the motherboard, you can use anything. So, and then the case, of course, you have to find one that will fit your component. So if you're going to do like a large ATX motherboard rig, which is a large size motherboard, you don't want to get a mini ATX case, which can only fit like a mini ATX or ITX, mini ITX type of motherboard. So you got to make sure you get a case that will actually fit your components on the inside of it. So yeah, I would recommend like just starting with the GPU and the CPU and then going from there and trying to figure out what parts you want based on what you do. So if you're a gamer, you probably want to focus on the GPU. If you are an editor, the CPU is really important. I do both, so I need to focus on something that has high rendering or like low rendering times with a CPU, and then also has really nice graphical performance for video games with a GPU. And then just go from there. You can like totally save money on the rest of the stuff, but those are the two like products that I would definitely put money towards. Let's see. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat room. I will answer any of them that you have. Preemptive good cheer. Yeah, John, I'm streaming to everyone. Yeah, I forgot to hit private on this one, but that's okay. What is your Christmas plans? Hey, Jeno, I don't know what my Christmas plans are yet. Usually, my husband and I, we trade back and forth every year. One year we will visit my family, the next year we visit his family. Excuse me, his family, vice versa. This year we haven't really figured that out yet. I think we might be going down to visit his grandma, but I'm not sure. So, but we always do try to travel and see our family because we don't get to see them that often. Both of us live pretty far away from all of our family. So anytime we get a chance, we try to travel and see them again. What's your favorite hacking tool from Hack5? Mine is the Bash Bunny. Mine is also the Bash Bunny, actually. That's so funny. If it's for wireless, the Wi-Fi Pineapple, obviously. I prefer the Nano because it's just so easy to carry around. Like I can stick that thing in my purse and just go and stick it on a little battery. So save the money and buy the Wi-Fi Pineapple Nano. But as far as like USB rubber ducky, LAN turtle, all that stuff, I like the Bash Bunny because it has everything built in, like into one thing. I don't do penetration tests, so I don't necessarily have to worry about something looking like a flash drive. If you do, then the rubber ducky is probably the one that you want to choose. I like having a device that has like everything built in, and that's what the Bash Bunny does. So that's definitely my favorite. Uh, I can't read your name. It's like good color milk. Am I right? It also doubles as a mirror. The computer, yes. I've always been creeped out by smart TVs, apart from these new large format gaming displays. Do you know of anyone who makes a 4K TV that doesn't call home? M. Spencer, awesome question. Practically every single TV currently that's a 4K TV calls home. It's connected in some way, and you have to connect it to get firmware updates. With that said, you can still put them on a guest network if you wanted to, and you could also just never connect it to the internet and use set-top boxes for things like an Apple TV or a Roku or something like that, and then you could connect those. Um, I know from experience the Roku doesn't collect as much information, but they still do serve you ads and they still do pay attention to what streaming services you're using. So practically any service you use nowadays is going to call home in some sense. Um, there are a few, I think TCL makes a 4K TV that is not connected. It's like a dumb TV. I currently have a dumb TV, but mine's just full HD. It's not 4K. It's like 10 years old at this point. I should probably update it, but I just really have refused to because I don't want to get a connected TV. And that's one of the main reasons why is for my own privacy. Let's see. Whoops, I think I missed a couple of questions. Let me check those. Daniel Pearson, woo! Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. You're awesome. Let's see. I think I missed another question in here. Are you going to any conferences anytime soon? Says Eric. Eric, thank you for the question. Yes, I am going to CES. I should probably register. I haven't registered yet. I'm honestly like a little nervous about registering because I was like, well, I'm not going under Tech Thing anymore. I'm not going under Hack 5 anymore. I'm going as myself. But my channel only has 17,000 subscribers. So are they going to let me in as press? But at the same time, they already emailed me and they were like, hey, do you want stage? Do you want a stage to be on? And I was just like, so I guess it's fine, but I think just to be on the safe side, I'm going to be registering with Daily Tech News Show since I will be working as a contributor for DTNS while I'm there. So that'll be really fun. So I'm going to CES for sure. I already have my hotel booked, so I will definitely be out there. I did just get back from another convention called Texas Cyber Summit, which was a smaller convention, second year running, and they do information security and hacking. So they had like all the villages, they called them havens. So they had like hacker havens, like there was a lockpicking haven that I checked out. There were some guys there that had like a whole LAN party set up, which was really cool. They created this game that basically teaches you the basics of command line foo. It teaches you about all the different penetration testing software that you would likely use in the real world. And it creates this real world scenario. And they use this beautiful graphical interface. I think it's called Cyber Warriors, pretty sure. But they use this beautiful graphical interface to make it look very like Hollywoody. So it's like super sparkly and shiny and with all these cool things flying at you and stuff, but they're actually using real world commands, which I thought was so cool. So I got to play that for a short time and check it out. They said that they're going to try to like make an esports league for this Cyber Warriors game, which I thought was awesome. So I'm following along with that quite well. When I was at Texas Cyber Summit, I wanted to show y'all this. This is so cool. This is the first time I've ever gotten something like this. I got an award. Guys, they gave me an award. It's a Texas Cyber Summit Keynote Speaker 2019 award. Isn't that freaking awesome? Like, how sweet is that? So they gave me this when I was like walking off stage from giving my keynote speech. And I was just like, are you kidding me? That's amazing. So thank you, Texas Cyber Summit. This is so incredible. So this is actually going to go back there somewhere. I haven't figured out where. I'll probably have to wait until I all the Halloween decorations away, but oh, it's so cool. I just want to show it off to everybody. I mean, that's amazing. And that makes me feel so good because I'm still rather new to keynote speaking, and they gave me that and I was just like, "Really? Like you thought I did a good job?" Like imposter syndrome like crazy, and they thought I did a good job. It was insane. So, very cool. Um check your IG DM. Uh-oh, why? I don't check my DMs very often. You can probably guess why, because I'm a female on the internet, and that's basically the only reason. I leave them open just in case like there's something important, but oftentimes I just don't even check them. Patreon stream is on YouTube. It's not unlisted. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, that's so funny. I have another one in here that says, Hey Snubs, I need some stickers." Okay. I'm not, I don't send people stickers. Um, let's see. Most shops have packages with RAM, CPU, and motherboard that works together. Oh, really? Daniel, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Joe James Cat says, "Do you have a favorite motherboard and what brand?" I could tell you my brand pick of choice. It would be probably, what do I have right now? I think I have an Asus in there. Yeah. I think Asus would probably be my favorite motherboard of choice brand. As far as just what motherboard, that all depends on what chipset you have. And it depends on like what kind of RAM you want. And like, do you want wireless, like Wi Fi built in or not? Which Wi Fi is a thing now. Do you want NVMe built into your motherboard? So I can't really tell you like what my favorite motherboard is because there's so many models to choose from, and it really just depends on your preference. But I always go with Asus. I've had really good luck with Asus motherboards. I've never had one die, and I've been using their motherboards since I was like 9 years old, like when my dad helped me build my first computer. So yeah, highly recommend the Asus motherboards. I love them, and they're really sparkly now. They have like LEDs and stuff, which is pretty dope. Quick question: AMD or Intel? Says Attila. Hi, Attila. It's also it kind of depends. Like Intel is really good for like graphics and stuff like that, like as far as rendering goes with editing, but AMD is great for video gaming. So I have an AMD right now. It's running really well. It's a Ryzen 2700, I think. It's the second the 2700X. Yeah, Ryzen 2700X. And it works great. So I really like it. I'm very happy with it. I've always been an Intel girl, though, so I'm not against change. I'm totally open to trying something new. So this AMD is my trying something new. So I can't say whether or not like AMD or Intel. Like I kind of like both. Both of them have good perks. Right now, I think AMD is winning, but when it comes down to editing, sometimes Intel's better. Just for the multi-core processing, they do a really good job with that. The GPU can be very big too, so beware of the case sizes for that. Yes, Jurgen is correct. Absolutely. That's one of the major things is because the GPU just kind of pops out so far from the motherboard, especially if you have it set up in the kind of a classic style, then it might end up like grazing right against the side of your case, which can be very bad. I can kind of explain this via what I have set up in here. So this is my case, and you can see my GPU right here. Luckily, my case fits it. Like you can see, I have a couple of inches back here before it hits right against the glass. So I have a couple of inches of space, which is perfect. So that's the perfect size case for this motherboard. But if it was any bigger, I would probably have to get something a little larger. So there we go. Hey, ladies, what's up? Do I miss Tech Thing? Of course I miss Tech Thing. Tech Thing was a really good show. We did an excellent job with that. And yeah, it was really nice to work on that and have like our own studio and everything and have somebody to banter with. So yeah, I do miss Tech Thing. I don't miss it in the way that like I don't wish that I was still doing it, but I'm really, really happy that I'm doing what I am doing now because I get to work from home full time and I also have full control over what I'm doing. So I have full control over what advertisers we choose because we is me. And I have full control over what days I release episodes. So when we were doing Tech Thing, I think we released each episode on like Thursday or something. And it was hard because a lot of times embargoes would lift on, say, Monday. and our episode would come out on Thursday, so we would miss out on all the views from Monday when people were actually searching for the new thing. So in that sense, I'm happy that I'm doing a show on my own now because I can actually like post videos whenever the heck I want. So if something has like an embargo lift, and an embargo is basically somebody saying like, hey, no reviews are allowed about this phone that we sent you early until Monday at 9 a.m. So I have to wait until Monday at 9 a.m. to actually post a review. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm doing shows on my own now because I think that was just like what I needed to be doing for a long time. I get to build my own personal brand, I get to do my own thing, but I do miss working with other people. I miss having an editor for my show, my tech show, and I miss like having somebody to banter with on camera. So maybe eventually I'll bring in a co-host or something, but right now I'm pretty happy doing what I'm doing. Excuse me. What's your experience? Oh, RC Lopez says, what's your experience with cutting the cord? I have considered it, but it seems that providers will jack up the price of single service versus a bundle deal, thus rendering any cost savings moot. Yeah, RC Lopez. Um, when it comes to cutting the cord, I've had very good luck. Luckily, so when I had cable, I was with Comcast, and I would call Comcast every year and say, "I'm thinking about canceling because I know my rate is about to go up. Do you have any good deals?" And then they would be like, "Oh, well, actually, before you cancel, we can give you X many more channels, and we'll discount it for $10 if you sign on with another yearly contract." And I'd be like, okay. And then I'll sign another contract with them. So it got to the point where they had a deal that was just internet. And now I think I'm currently paying like $70 for just internet on its own. And it's high speed internet. So I can upload my videos super fast and all that good stuff. So I cut the cord and then I went just Netflix, Amazon Prime. And I recently signed up with Hulu because I wanted to watch Handmaid's Tale. That was it. And HBO Max or HBO Go or whatever it's called, I don't pay for because friends come over and we watch it on her tablet. That's how it works, right? So yeah, and then my husband pays for Netflix and then I pay for Amazon Prime. So given that we have so many things, I don't really count Amazon Prime because I didn't sign up for that in the first place for streaming shows or anything. I did that for shipping because run my own business. I'm shipping stuff constantly, so it does save me money as far as shipping goes. With Netflix and Hulu, I don't think I think it ended up breaking even as far as like how much we used to spend on having cable and then how much we're currently spending for Netflix and Hulu and then maybe like a slight portion from Amazon Prime. So it's pretty much even now. So if I was to add anything else on it, like HBO Go or the new Disney Plus, then I'd be spending more. That kind of sucks. And that has been keeping me from signing up with anything else. Um, I have had good luck though with like just signing on with these different companies and just having a good old time and watching whatever the heck I want to watch at any time, which is great. And Hulu kind of sucks because they don't have or they have ads at the cheapest version available, which is the one that I pay for. But Netflix doesn't have any ads, which I also really like. I do wish there was like a streaming service that just offered all of them as a big bundle because I would pay good money for that. But I guess none of the companies want to work together or they just don't have it available yet. The closest we have is Movies Anywhere, which I highly recommend you check out. Movies Anywhere is like a collaboration that takes all of your different movies from all the different studios or streaming services that you have purchased, like Google Play and Amazon, and I think Apple might be in there too. But it brings them all together and merges them into one app. So it's really easy to find your library of stuff that you have purchased. John says, "Why would you make it private for friends only?" John, I usually do these Q&As for Patreons over at patreon.com/threatwire. It's one of the perks that they get as a patron for contributing to me every month. So I do a live Q&A just for them. I was wondering why so many people were on this stream, and then I was like, "Oh, it's public. My bad." But I figured this way, like, y'all can see what I do every month for Patreon patrons, and if it's something that you want every single month, then you can sign up. If not, then that's fine because ThreatWire will always be free on YouTube. I do appreciate it when people do contribute, though, because that's how I get paid. That's how I make the show and how I upgrade the studio. That's how I was recently able to pay for my, what's it called? My new tripod, the backdrop frame, because the one that I had broke like 3 times and it was really, really freaking irritating. So I eventually just invested in a much nicer, much built out tripod frame for the backdrop that I use for ThreatWire, and it looks so much better. Abunai Lee says, last past question, what do you think about the region restriction settings function? I haven't used that. What does that do? Region restriction settings? Is that like so you can't access it from certain parts of the world? Wait, I'm going to look. Advanced? I'm like looking at my own LastPass right now. Maybe I shouldn't look at this because you could probably see the reflection in my glasses. I'll do that later. Did you see that article recently where somebody was like, I could see everything in her reflection? And then it was just like, that's scary. So I'll do that later. But yeah, I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool though. Sounds neat. I'm probably gonna enable that actually. Although I travel a lot, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'll look. Edge Gamer says, hi, I searched for anti-depression songs and the stream showed up. So what's the channel about? What? Edge Gamer, that's so cool. That's awesome. So I guess it's a very positive channel. That's neat. My channel is about that's so weird. I hope that this brings some positivity to your day, Edge Gamers, since you were looking for those kind of songs. My channel is all about consumer technology and travel vlogs. So I do a bunch of vlogs about just traveling because I travel a lot for work. I go to conventions all over the world. So I do a bunch of vlogs like that. And then I also do vlogs from my hometown because I'm in San Francisco. And there's a bunch of events that happen here, especially in October. Like I'm going to a Renaissance fair this weekend. So freaking exciting. If anybody else is going to the NorCal Ren Fair, go on Saturday. I'm going to be there. I'm so stoked. I can't wait. I love the Ren Fair. And then I do consumer tech reviews. So I review cell phones. I review laptops. I always try to get an emphasis on security and privacy because those are extremely important to me. I have a background in hacking and information security. Don't worry, I'm a good person. I would never hack you unless you allowed me to and you wanted to find out about your own security and privacy. And yeah, that's about it. So I have a lot of good times. I'm a geek and I like to share my geekiness with the world. So don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell icon. Thank you. Bye. Franco says, you got a super chat. Yeah, that's so cool. I didn't even know that super chat was a thing or that I had it enabled. So that's neat. Oh, that's cool. Where's that money go? Like, how's it work? I don't even know, y'all. That's neat. Oh, Ulf Stenberg. Is that a super chat? 25? That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Ray says, I regret buying a smart TV. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Like, I really would just want a stupid TV. What? M. Spencer says, I heard some TVs won't show any picture until you connect them. I'll look at TCL. Thanks. Oh, that's messed up. You know what? If that's the case, I'm going to put that stuff on a guest network and I'm going to create SOC accounts for the entire thing. And then I'm going to find out where the microphone is installed and I'm going to take it out with my iFixit screwdriver. 'Cause that's how I roll. I'm gonna look it up on iFixit and find out where they put the microphone so I can just like disable that thing. Ugh, that's so creepy and messed up. Jeez. See, this is why right to repair should be a thing. Because we should have the right to repair our things. Deviant Talib, what's up? $5. Yeah, boy. Thank you. I appreciate you. I had no idea how this works before now, but happy to say hi and support. Thank you, Deviant. I appreciate you. And thank you for the support. That's really cool. Do you think it is best to put the new 4K TVs on a guest network? Yeah, dude. Abu Naili, absolutely. We're totally on a different box. Just put it on a different. Just put the thing in the trash bin because it doesn't belong in your house. Yeah, the NSA has recorded your whole life since the 80s. Get over it because you can't do anything about it. I I disagree, Chad. You can take precautions to secure yourself as much as you can, but if there is somebody like the NSA who is watching everything you do, which I have friends in the NSA, so I can speak with a little bit of authority when I say they have a lot to do, so they're probably not watching you unless you are a target for something. There are things that you can do to protect yourself from like the household hacker. The household hacker. I kind of like that saying. So so I would absolutely recommend like doing things that can secure your life because security should be a right. It shouldn't be something that we just get over because we've lost all of our security and privacy. I think that security and privacy is a right, and it's something that we should have authority over. And that companies should not be able to sell and should not be able to give away just because they feel like it. I think it's very wrong of them to do that. Did you enjoy San Antonio? Did you feel like NSA was cool about it, or did they make spying obvious? Hubris NX. Hubris NXS. Yes, I really like San Antonio. I used to live there. I lived there when I was a kid. I went to the Alamo and I went to the Riverwalk and all that good stuff, like the touristy things. But when I lived there, I was in like a suburb near one of the army bases. So it was pretty cool being back. It was really neat to check the place out. And I noticed that there was quite a bit of homeless downtown, which was kind of concerning and sad. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to help everybody, but of course you can't. So I tried my best though, gave a guy a sandwich. Regarding smart TVs, would it be worth it if you manage and aggressively monitor the communications from your TV with your firewall? Yeah, if you can watch that stuff on your firewall, absolutely. You might be able to like block the port, maybe. I don't know. I've never tried it, but you might be able to watch it on Wireshark. So that's a good question. I'm gonna think about that. Somebody tried to sneak into your DMs. The reward is cool. This is only for patrons. Yeah, usually it's only for patrons. Oh, oh shoot. I missed one. Oh no, there's a bunch in here. Oh no. Okay. Have you got a spare room? No, I don't. I'm sorry. My spare room is currently a studio and it's also my Sailor Moon collection room, so it's kind of taken up right now. Oops. Is Hack5 turning into a private consulting bespoke electronics firm, says James. With the sale of the warehouse and Darren apparently going solo, what's left of it? James, that's a great question, and I'm not really sure what to tell you. I've just been focusing on ThreatWire, and I've been kind of positioning myself so that I can work much more on my personal brand and my own personal channel, which is something that I should have started a long time ago, but I'm only just now getting around to doing it. And yeah, Hack5, we moved out of the warehouse a long time ago. We don't have the office. Everybody's working from home now, so we're a completely remote business, and all of the electronics are sold out of a like a third party platform warehouse, kind of like what Amazon does. Um, that way we can focus much more on the creative aspects of the different shows and everything like that. So I'm not really sure what's happening with Hack5 because I've just been focusing on ThreatWire, and which has given me a lot more freedom to focus on my own career as opposed to working for a company. I've always been self-employed. I've never been an employee of Hack5, so much of the control of that channel and the website has never been something that I've been a part of. So yeah, I would definitely recommend like reaching out to Darren if you have any questions about the company and asking him about what's going on over there. Why Darcy says, why no more tech thing or Hack5? A lot of personal choices as well as people just doing different things. I think careers change over time. No show has ever lasted forever except for Hack5, which is crazy. But most tech shows end up coming and going. I think it was time for Tech Thing to go ahead and sunset and for us to start up a new thing. So yeah, we did. and it's pretty exciting. This is why I support ending the stream and restarting it as private. Oh, it's okay, M. Spencer. I don't mind. Before AMD had problems with overheating, but now it's great for overclocking. But Intel has been more stable with downclocking when hot. That's good. But now they are pretty much equal. Yeah, they are. They're so close now. It's really hard to choose one or the other. Oh, sorry for the noise. That's my litter robot. It's a little robotic litter bot over there in the corner. My cat just went potty, so the litter robot brushes all the litter into a bottom compartment and then sticks all the poop into a separate compartment, and then I empty it out when it gets full. It's awesome. It's like the best thing that my husband has ever invested in, and I'm so happy that he did it. Alois says, "Do you have a husband or boyfriend?" Yes, I do. I have a husband. He's a wonderful man, and I'm very happy, and I'm very lucky. Edge Gamer says, what would be my best option to build a gaming PC that can run games at 1080p in decent settings while maintaining using it for schoolwork? Edge Gamer, so I'm assuming you want a desktop. You may want to look into something like mine, except probably a few steps down because mine was rather expensive. 16 gigs at least of RAM. You can probably get a last gen CPU for pretty inexpensive from either Intel or AMD. Probably want to go with AMD since you're a gamer. And then you could probably get a maybe a 1060, 1070 or better NVIDIA graphics card. I used to have a 1070 and then I upgraded to a 1080 NVIDIA GeForce graphics card, and both of those could do 1080p with no issues whatsoever. And then just make sure you have a PSU that runs it just fine. You could probably go older with your GPU too if you want to save money, but that's pretty recent ones. No Reason channel says, "Hi, I wanted to know if Buy Me a Coffee is fine. I mean, I heard a few scams." Oh yeah, Buy Me a Coffee is perfectly fine. Yeah. The way it works is people can donate one time or monthly or however much you want. It doesn't matter. But you go to buymeacoffee.com/snubs. I think that's my link. And then you contribute however much you want. And then they take out a small fee, which I pay for. I pay that fee from your contribution. It's like 75 cents or something, and then they just send me the rest as a deposit to my bank account. So yeah, I get them weekly. If people contribute, it's pretty small though. Like it's not a really big website for me to use, but it's something that people can use if they like hate Patreon, which some people do. Some people don't want to contribute on Patreon. So, but they still wanted to, give me an option. So I was like, okay, well, here's your option. You can do Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal or whatever. So yeah, Buy Me a Coffee is not a scam. I've been using it for like a year and it's just fine. Sarah Fofeville says, "I found you through your YouTube Sailor Moon videos and through that found your tech channel too." Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found me. Hello, welcome. Now we're more tempted to s'mores ourselves up. Yes, deviant. That's my plan. No, it wasn't really the plan. I just forgot to make it private. Milk says, "If you play retro games, which retro console would you play?" I have all those new classic Nintendo consoles that they were coming out with for a bit, and I really like them. I think they're awesome. I'm really big into like the Zelda games. I love the classic Zelda games. Any Nintendo classics are great with me. I never really got into like the Sony classics, the PlayStation classics, Game Boy, and anything like that. But I am big into NES, like all day, every day, all day, like all those retro games. And then as far as PC games, when I was a kid, I used to play Myst, and I played all the Myst games. I love them. I would go back to them in an instant, as well as what was that one? Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland. Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland is like so scary, and it is so triggering and scary and frightful, but it's amazing. I love it. It is so much fun. It's so much fun. I love it. Chad says, "Why did Windows upgrade delete my data DB file? How do I get it back? It was not in my trash bin." Chad, I don't know. I'll have to Google that for you. Daniel says, "Some stalker found a woman's location." Yeah, dude, that's what I read about, is some like stalker who was watching some girl, like an Instagram model or something like that, and he was looking at her reflections and figured out what her location was, like what train station she used every day. Ooh, that's scary, man. Although I like it when people say hello in person, but I have had to call the cops because of a stalker before. I still have the pink slip to this day. I've just never done a video about it. So, like, that's a thing. It's definitely a thing. M. Spencer says, have you read, listened to Snowden's book, Permanent Record? I have not yet. I'm very excited to read it, though. Eric says, do you think it's socially or environmentally ethical for companies to release new smartphones every year? Is this something people should at least be talking about? Um, Eric, yes, people have started talking about it a lot more, which is great. I don't think it's environmentally friendly for companies to release new smartphones every year because smartphones, so many of them end up in in our waste bins and in the middle of waste fills, landfills, and everything, which is horrible, especially since they can be recycled. You can recycle a smartphone. I resell my old smartphones. If they're smartphones that are given to me by companies, I end up donating them to people in my family or friends that could use an upgraded smartphone. But I try to support companies that are doing something environmentally friendly, like if they are doing what's it called, 1% for the planet or something like that. What's the name of it? I think it's 1% for the planet. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, 1% for the planet.org is where companies um, they like make a pact to give a percentage back to the planet for every dollar in profits that they make. There's also sustainability efforts that a lot of companies have started doing. Like I just heard about Google's from their live stream the other day, where they're trying to do more sustainable efforts in manufacturing and recycling with old products, and then bringing new products in, or instead of bringing new products in. So you can definitely still upgrade your technology every year. Probably not, because that's not as environmentally friendly, especially since so many people just throw things away. But I think it's smart to look for and vote with your wallet when it comes to buying ethically from tech companies. Like Dell is another good example. Dell, I don't think they do as much with recycling for their manufacturing, but everything that is packaged is fully recyclable, which is really cool. Like that's not something that I've been seeing a lot. So I would like to see a lot more of that. Maybe lessen the packaging that you get with your products and stuff like that. Definitely pay attention to those kind of things because yeah, it's something that I've been trying to learn more about. However, I'm not, I'm never going to claim to be a YouTuber that comes out here and is like buy environmentally conscious, because I've never been very environmentally conscious as far as like what I've been purchasing, like makeup brands and stuff like that. I've never been really good at it, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I have learned a lot of technology from you. Thank you. Oh, Jano, that's so nice to hear. Thoughts on Google Fi phone service? Darcy, it's great. You should get it. I love it. I've been using Google Fi for a few years now, and it's saved me so much money. And yeah, it's really awesome. I really like Google Fi. It worked overseas when I was in Japan like perfectly, which was great. I was able to Google Maps my way around that entire country, and that's how I found train stations, and that's how I was able to rent a car and drive around the country, which was great. I also did the same thing in New Zealand. I used Google Maps for New Zealand, and I was able to get around. The service in New Zealand was not that great, but there is no service like anywhere in New Zealand, so it wasn't just me. What's your opinion on 5G technology? Is geopolitics, cyber warfare coming? Cyber warfare is already a thing, Eric. It's already here. Um, as far as 5G goes, 5G is sounds amazing. I got to see some teasers about it at CES last year, so I think we'll get to see a lot more this year at CES. And I think that it's going to be a technology that will be more secure, hopefully, once they fix all the issues, and it'll be something that'll be a lot better for consumers. But still waiting for that to actually get to the point where everybody has 5G options available, which barely anybody does right now. Okay, let's see. Deviant, thank you so much again for the what's that thing called? Star Chat? Snapchat? Oh, $20. Oh my gosh, Deviant. Thank you, Deviant. I appreciate you so much. You're an awesome human being. Also, you're still here, so I guess that means that I'm entertaining somewhat. So that's really nice to hear. Let's see. For smart TVs, just use pfSense and block the connection and use VPN. Oh yeah, that's a great idea, Attila. I forgot about pfSense. I like that idea. That household hacker, that a new number. Is Pi-hole overrated? We actually reviewed Pi-hole on Tech Thing a while ago, and it was all right. It worked, so that's great. Of course, it's not super intuitive, but it worked. Did all the video rewards go out? I never got one. No, I'm still working on those. I'm working on them today, actually. I had to work on that keynote, so that pushed me behind schedule a little bit. So Joshua, just stay on the lookout. Those are coming. Sorry, I'm late. I'm super late. I know. Deviant says, just because something is hard doesn't mean it's not worth trying to do at all. Yes, I agree. I would never just say I'm just not going to do it because it's too hard. I've always been somebody who's like, I can do anything, especially because I've had people in my lifetime who are just like, you can't do that. And I'm just like, watch me. And then I do it. So I'm just like, okay, see, I can do whatever I want to do. So yeah, I'm definitely somebody who's not defeatist in my mindset. Like I can do anything. I can put myself out there. And, if I make a fool of myself, that's fine. I learned from my experience. Dan Whitehead says, sounds like you have a cold, Shannon. Yes, Dan, I do. I actually didn't get to do a ThreatWire this week because I had a sinus infection earlier this week, which totally sucked. But I'm pretty sure that I picked it up from a convention that I went to this weekend or the plane that I was on. So I'm a little sniffly, but I'm getting over it. So I'll be fine. It kind of stinks. Like if you're working for yourself, you don't get to take time off unless you work it into your schedule. So I kind of just had to have a me day earlier this week and just take that day off. M. Spencer. Oh, that looks like a question for Deviant, actually. M. Spencer has a question for Deviant. They said, I've started noticing elevator call phones playing spam. How much does it blank you off that spam calling operations have figured out how to attack elevator call boxes? Hey, don't touch the cables, okay? I know you want to, but you can't touch the cables. Okay. I have to deal with someone that does a DDoS attack against my Wi-Fi network. Harry, that's not good. Austin says glitch working with Hack5 ? Austin, I know he's making some videos for Hack5, but I'm not sure how much of his video work is for Hack5, if that makes sense, because he has his own YouTube channel too. Passing through Europe once in a while. Have you been to Bulgaria yet? Says Popobart. Oh, I would love to go. I would love to go to Bulgaria. I have not been. I've been to Italy, and that's it. So I would love to go. Oh, no, never mind. I've been to Germany, but it was only for like 4 days. It was in Cologne. So I want to go back really bad. I love Europe, and I think it's amazing, and I want to see the entire region. It would be incredible. Joe James Cat says, did you record your keynote? I didn't, but the convention did, so they will have it out. Is the Litterbot Wi-Fi enabled? Says Mark. Mark, it is not. The Litter Robot is the older version that they have. They do have a Wi-Fi enabled version, a connected version, but I don't have that one. We are truly living in amazing times. Yes, Neo Infinity, we are. Buy me a coffee is all good, especially if you send one to Shannon. Oh, thank you, Abunaili. I appreciate that. I'm looking at your questions. Thank you, everybody, for the questions. It's very awesome to see so many folks in here that are, willing to chat with me and everything. It's really fun to meet people and chat with you. YouTube just recommended me this video. What's this channel about? Whoa! What is this? Do I just need to start doing more live streams or something? Because they're actually recommending my channel. Diego, my channel is about travel and technology. So if you're into consumer technology with an emphasis in security and privacy, or you just like travel vlogs, that's what I do. I do both of those. Is this the normal time for these chats? Says Daniel. Daniel, I usually do them at a variety of times for my Patreon patrons. I just kind of try to change it up every month so that everybody has a chance to pop in and chat with me. If they're not able to join at 11 a.m., I'll do a 5 p.m. chat next month, and vice versa. So that way everybody gets a chance. But this is usually just for patrons, but I kind of made it public. Oops, my bad. So I figured I would just leave it public, and that way everybody can see what the dealio is if you choose to contribute on Patreon. What laptop would you suggest for a full stack node dev that would like to some Blender stuff, content creation, run some virtual boxes? I want to experiment. Whoa, man. Okay, like a gaming laptop, probably. That sounds like a lot of. You need a workhorse for that. What are we talking about here? We're talking about all the internets. Don't eat processed food. Yeah, that's right, Monkey King. I agree. What brand headset are you currently wearing, says RC Lopez. This is the Alienware headset. It's the older generation headset, but it is amazing. The only thing I don't like about this headset is when the battery dies, it goes battery low really loudly in your headphones. And if you have your audio up, which I usually do. So I don't really like that, but otherwise it's pretty good. Chad says, "Are you still using Brave browser?" Sometimes I do. It kind of depends on what I'm doing. If I need access to a whole bunch of Google Foo, then I probably don't. But normally I use Brave browser. I missed the link post. Oh, Carl, it's fine. 5-year Nexus, that's awesome. I thought it fries you. What, 5G fries you? Significant smartphone recycling option, community assistance, harm reduction organizations. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Deviant says many can take old phones and use them for neighborhood watch, parolees, re entering society, and more. Definitely look into. Oh my God, that's an amazing idea, Deviant. Yeah, there's a women's shelter near where I live, and there's also a homeless shelter. There's, I think, the women's shelter. I would love to support them. I've done I've given them like little things like hygienic products and stuff like that that women generally need, but yeah, I've never even thought about giving them tech. I wasn't sure if they would accept it. I don't know why, but that's an awesome idea. I love that, Deviant. Thank you. Do you happen to know if T-Mobile is going to get 5G any day soon? Rod, I don't know. I'm sorry. I actually randomly popped up on your channel and I'm liking you even more when I just saw your videos. This is the first live stream. Oh, no reason, channel. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it's totally random. I'm really surprised that YouTube is recommending this live stream to people. That's so strange. Joe Dirt says, "How's the weather been out there in San Francisco?" It's been pretty good. It's been really nice outside. Weird. This is gonna sound really, really terrible, and I should probably change this, but I don't go outside every day. I know I'm a bad person, but I work from home, so it's really hard to push myself to go outside if I have no reason to run an errand or something. I need to go on more walks. But yeah, the weather's been great. It's been really nice. It's starting to get cooler, which is finally I can wear a sweater. Yay, sweaters. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Peter. Peter? Peter. He says, "Get well soon." Thank you. What can I do about someone that does a DAuth attack against my Wi-Fi network? Um, okay, so I know how to attack a Wi-Fi network with DAuth attacks. How do you protect against them? Updates? I'll have to look into that. I was also behind and not on live video feed. Oh, I am 2 years into my coding journey. That's awesome. Congratulations, Chad. Yeah, Chad, I have an Alienware. It works really well. The Razer laptops are nice, but I had two break on me in a year, so that's a concern. I can't necessarily recommend the Razers. The Alienware that I have has been working great. I had some trouble putting Linux on it though, so that you might run into an issue with trying to put Linux on it. I'm hoping to get the newer Alienware M15 out for review eventually, so I can check that one out too, because those are heavy hitters. They are workhorses. The new M15 doesn't weigh as much, which is awesome, and the battery is supposed to be better, and it's got all the nice upgraded graphics processing and the CPU, so it's a really nice laptop. and it's less expensive than the razor too. So that's something I'm looking into. That would be my recommendation, I think. Cynthia, you were recommended my channel by YouTube as well. Wow. Maybe I should just do more live streams or something. That's crazy. Whoops. Oh, I got it. I skipped a couple. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? It's nice to see everybody chatting with each other too. I appreciate that. Shannon removes mics from TV. Sundog, yep, that's me. Is bottled water safe to drink? Johnny P, uh, yeah, yeah, there's teeny tiny plastics in it. So keep that in mind. It's a much better option environmentally to drink water out of a reusable like metal bottle as opposed to something like that. So I'd recommend looking into like getting a reusable, really nice bottle instead of a bottled water, like plastic. What do you think of BSDs? Um, I usually just use Ubuntu, so I can't really say what do I think about them that much because I usually just stick with the one. I generally just use Ubuntu because it's really easy to install, and I use a bunch of different laptops, and I'm reviewing things all the time, so I need something that's really easy to install, and it's also really easy to work with other like third-party products like third-party browsers and third-party wireless adapters and stuff like that. Like usually everything's really Ubuntu friendly, so that's what I generally stick with. So I can't really tell you like if I like any BSDs and what my opinion is on them. Yeah, not Patreon, duh. Crowd supply. Oh yeah. I remember living in the hack house. That was crazy. Something live and longer from you. Yes, Marcus. Neo Infinity says, "Have you ever used the DuckDuckGo browser on mobile, Shannon?" No, I haven't. I've only used DuckDuckGo on my computer. Yes, Joe, DuckDuckGo is a search engine. Oh, Carl says, and I'll repeat this, whoever asks about protecting against DDoS, your best bet is probably to limit the range of your network to only in the areas you need it. Other than that, not much to do, sadly. YouTube brings your live at the top of recommendations. That's so freaking cool, Alex. If it wasn't safe, I'd be 6 feet under, Johnny P. Yeah. My mom uses Mint. Oh, Ryan, does she really? That's so cute. I should probably put my mom on Mint because the last time I ran like malware, anti-malware software on her computer, it found like 1,000 things, and I was like, "What have you been doing?" It was so bad. I was like, what's going on? Oh my God, burned this laptop to the ground. It was terrible. Oh man, so bad. Mark says, miss you and Patrick on Thursdays. That was my weekly tech fix. Well, Mark, I hope that my personal YouTube channel can fill that void, even if a little bit, because I am doing tech videos more than just one day, too. I do them 2 or 3 times a week. Any tips on video editing, excluding intro and outro, just the body and effects? Neo Reason channel, I would say just focus on the content, not so much the editing style. I think that the more advanced your editing gets, the more complicated it makes your life. So I tried to stick with really, really chill and simple editing processes. I have like a specific text or font that I use. I have a specific color that I use. I bought like 2 different graphics packages that I use for backgrounds and the intro and outro, of course, but 2 different ones for like the background effects and the music, and just keep it simple. Because as far as video goes, like when it comes to YouTube, folks they don't come to your channel for the editing and for the effects. They come for the content. So easy to catch stuff playing puzzle games. Yeah, I think you're right, Peter. You were recommended to me too, been lurking. Oh, thank you, Craig. Craigas, what's up? Wow, that is crazy. I didn't know that YouTube puts live videos on like the recommendations stream. That is so freaking cool. Do a video about Blender. Oh my god, I don't want to touch Blender. Why? Why do you want me to do a video about Blender? Just see, I don't even know how to use Blender. I've never used it before. I need to learn though. I need to learn how to use Blender. So, yeah, maybe I'll do a series. Maybe. If just I don't know. I'll have to have lots of beers cuz it sounds complicated. I did watch you on Thursday and Patrick as well. You were a good team. Oh, thank you. So for this stream, I got that you know about cybersecurity, Linux, Windows laptops, environmentally activist. I want to say that I'm an activist, but it is something that I'm trying to delve into more. And programming, Diego. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not a good programmer by any sense. I know the basics about pretty much any language, so I can like pick them out and make a little I can make like an adventure text game, which is fun. And I can do some like automation stuff. But yeah, cybersecurity, Linux, Windows laptops, definitely. I'm starting to delve into being more environmentally friendly as far as things that I recommend on the channel. And then I'm big into video gaming and anime, especially Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is life. And if you don't like Sailor Moon, unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. Would you work with channels like Linus Tech Tips? John, funny story there. I met Linus at CES and I got his, not his contact info, I got one of his editor's contacts info and I reached out to him and I was like, hey, do you ever want to work with like a cybersecurity person? Like I could come on. Y'all have mentioned the rubber ducky. So if you want somebody to come on and talk about the rubber ducky, like with actual facts, let me know. And then I never heard back. So I guess they're not interested in somebody with 17,000 subscribers. Oh well. They also, I've never seen any females on their channel. Have you ever seen any females on Linus Tech Tips? Because I haven't. And I've like looked for one, like actively tried to see if they've ever had a woman on the channel. And I've never seen a woman on there. Like, what's up with that? So weird. Any recommendations for baby monitors? Secure is important. It's not something I've looked into, but I can look into that because I do have family members that have babies, so I can look into it. Why are powerful laptops always called gaming laptops and no one acknowledges the fact that people use them to do real work? Chad, that's why I kind of like my Alienware because the more I've been working with them, I am like, I don't know, an influencer for Alienware, which is a weird word. I don't know, but I'm a part of their Alienware Hive team, and I asked them once, like, why did you want me to be an influencer? Because I don't play video games very often, and they were like, well, you're an editor, like you use your laptop for things that are not necessarily just playing video games, and I was like, yeah, that's true, I do. So I think they realize that, so they're trying to streamline like the design and stuff, which is great. A lot of companies just call them gaming laptops because that's marketing speak. That's just what people know them as. So that's what they stick with. Why are you not on Hack 5 anymore? No more tech thing. Stevo, I answered that earlier. Will you post a link to your keynote when it's uploaded? Asked Zach. Yes, I absolutely will. I watch my fair share of InfoSec vids, but yeah, new here. That's cool. I'm happy to hear that you watch InfoSec vids. It's really good to get learned up on that kind of stuff. What do you think of encryption in ciphers? They're good. Defono asks, what do you think of encryption in ciphers? They're great. I think encryption is wonderful and everything should be encrypted. Ciphers are awesome. I think they're really cool. It's also really fun to learn how to break into encryption in ciphers. It's very fascinating. It's a pretty broad question. It's kind of hard to answer that other than saying like they're awesome. Do you mean the type of blender that makes mixed drinks? No, he's talking about the video editor. Tell everyone to like your stream. People watching, 10 people. I think they listen to you because now it says 53 likes. So Chad, good job on getting everybody to like the stream. We wouldn't, Carl says we wouldn't have ever thought you liked Sailor Moon. No idea how we would not have known that. Oh yes. I don't make it obvious in everything that I do I? That's so funny. Linus's wife was on a show once. Once. Oh, that's good. Okay. um, no, I think Linus knows his stuff. I think he does. The one time I heard them talking about the USB rubber ducky, they just kind of made it very broad, and that's when I was just like, "Hey guys, I would love to like share some facts with you." So that would be really cool. Have there been any new vulnerabilities or other developments regarding drone cybersecurity you are aware of? Not too much, honestly. I've seen a little bit, like they've tried to make them less hackable, but they still have some security issues because they're wireless. So I think the Parrot drones, I think, used to run on 2.4 and they were open. So we were able to use Wi Fi pineapples to take them down because we just sent DDoS attacks at them, which was really funny. Or no, was it DDoS? I think it was DDoS attack at them. It was very, very funny. You can do a advanced Java video. No, I don't want to. Are you watching the new Mr. Robot, Shannon? Says Jamie. No, I'm actually 2 seasons behind, which is very, very sad. So I'm pretty bummed about that. I really want to do some more. Oh, Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. That's what it's called, right? You, Darren, and Hack5 is one of my big inspirations for starting my own channel. So thank you. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. I appreciate your super chat and your support. And thank you so much for sticking around uh, for this live stream that was supposed to be for patrons only, but it ended up being public. But that's okay, because now you can see what I do every single month with my Patreon supporters. How much, if at all, do you use desktop Linux or BSD? I use desktop Linux, but I use it on my laptop, which is down there right now. I use it pretty often if I'm doing any kind of like cybersecurity testing, like if I'm using a Wi-Fi pineapple or anything like that. Like I always like to pull that out and show people how it works. I also use that just for some regular stuff, like some like oh, what's it called? I have Kali Linux as well as Ubuntu. And I use that a lot of times if I want to test any kind of information security programs, because Kali Linux has them all built in. But again, like I try to focus on educating consumers about security and privacy. So if you're looking for really advanced cybersecurity knowledge, I would highly recommend checking out some of the folks that I follow on Twitter, like Deviant who's hanging out in here in the chat room, because they know a lot more than I do. I'm just here to get people interested in security and privacy. No, funny story. My employer decided to block our dev tools, even though we are devs. Oh no, they should probably like talk to y'all before doing this. Marcus says, "Are you doing this weekly, monthly, or yearly?" I do live streams monthly, and on the live stream, they are usually private for Patreon supporters of ThreatWire. I also do. Do I do a live stream? No, not yet. I have a personal Patreon page as well that I'm trying to get to the point where I will introduce live streams for those patrons as well, but they're usually private. Maybe I should do like public ones now and then, just like make short ones sometimes. Cheeky live stream. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I need to go eat lunch. It's about 12 here, 12:15 now. So I appreciate everybody popping in and chatting with me. And sorry to my patrons that this ended up being a public stream, but I felt bad if I was just going to like turn it off and then start a private one. So I figured this way, at least like more folks that are a part of my channel and more folks that subscribe can see what I do every month for my Patreon supporters. So if you do want to support, I'll put the link in the chat room again. Patreon.com/ThreatWire. So that's the link for the ThreatWire Patreon, which gets access to this every single month. Oh, Ulf Stenberg, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Ulf says, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you. I appreciate the support. That's really kind of you, and means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Q&A, quality assurance in IT. Yes, very important. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support me on Patreon, there's the link in the chat room under my name. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. I just I just love that everybody subscribes and they enjoy the content. Feel free to comment below as well, because I always check the comments after I do videos too. I actually do read the comments, but I filter all the bad words. So, all right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. I will, and to my Patreon supporters, I'll see you next month on a private stream. I'll make sure to get it right that time. Okay, bye. Yay!